local Pashto language in Herat, where our project is being implemented, Spinzor means cotton or white gold. We seek to bring financial security and ecological remediation to the people of Afghanistan through the production of organic cotton. We've developed a team that will be critical in successfully developing our project. To cover all of the bases, experts will describe the geographical background of the area, the market for cotton, technological and logistical applications, legality, and financial accounting, respectively. But first, to discuss the pertinent problems and solutions, I would like to introduce my colleague, Author.
So, of course, organic cotton in northern Afghanistan begs the question, why? What's the big deal? Well, there are problems plaguing Afghanistan and the surrounding regions. Environmental sustainability. Not many regions around the area are environmentally sustainable. In fact, in Afghanistan, the very concept is a fleeting concept, considering all the other problems that are going on. Our organic cotton will establish environmental sustainability in a country that has seen conflict for many years. Furthermore, as I'm sure you're aware, the surrounding regions of Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, and Turkmenistan have a lot of child labor with white gold. In fact, a huge percentage of their exports of cotton come from child labor. We aim to set a standard and to change this, and we're the first to do so in Afghanistan, in the northern area of Afghanistan. There's also a lack of development in the area. With our farm, we aim to promote economic and infrastructural development in the country and help to better its future. Furthermore, there's a huge domination of the opium market, as the opportunity cost is far too high for cotton farmers to switch in the past. However, we want to show Afghanistani people that they can grow cotton, they can switch from opium, and they can be profitable. And our marketing model will show that, as you'll see. There's also an underlying fear of investing in Afghanistan. And I'm here to assure you that this fear, especially in Herat, is unfounded. This is because the media largely creates all these social problems and military problems around Afghanistan when the Herat has been free from the Taliban for 10 years. And farmers find it inefficient to switch from crops, which is why no one has really gotten into cotton farming in the recent years. We are thinking 2 steps ahead and catching the market on the rise, and thinking towards the future of the country. So my colleague Anjali will now explain the culture of the area.
So I'll give a little insight into the culture of Herat, and I'll touch base on the production of cotton in the past in that area, and how that shapes what our motives are for this project. So first fact, Herat is the 3rd largest city in Afghanistan and holds a population of 436,300 people. The city is situated in a fertile area and lies on the ancient trade routes of the Middle East, Central and South Asia. The roads from Herat to Iran, Turkmenistan, and other parts of the country are still strategically important. As the gateway to Iran, it collects the highest amount of customs revenue for Afghanistan, and this point is important for our project. Up until the 1980s, cotton was very important in Afghanistan, and during that time, the government provided farmers with technical support and with subsidies for both fertilizers and chemicals. But in recent years, the war, loss of processing capacity, low prices, and lack of government support has seen the cotton production drop significantly. However, before these issues arose, the cotton industry was growing. For instance, exports of raw cotton from Afghanistan to Russia grew from a mere 5 tons recorded in 1890 to 880 tons in 1901, and then reaching a peak of 4,539 tons in 1915. This trend undoubtedly reflects the sharp rise in acreage devoted to cotton in northern Afghanistan. And despite the issues that came about in the 1980s, we believe that by introducing the growth of organic cotton and collaborating with companies, we can bring back a healthier market and replace the production of opium with organic cotton. Now my colleague, Heiji, will talk about our business model.
So market of organic cotton is very promising, and one of the reasons that organic cotton is very promising is that it's very versatile product. And it can be everything from personal care items, home furnishings, and children's products to all kinds of styles of clothes. And the current value of the market in total is $9 billion, it is expected to grow to 20% this year, according to Textile Exchange. Moreover, as you can see in the graph, the market for organic cotton has been sustainably growing with a very strong positive linear trend. And for example, from 2011 and 2012, the market whole has grown 35%. And it is expected to, and over the years, organic cotton market has been overshooting. And the demand of the product also looks promising. as the production of organic cotton has shown also a positive trend according to the graph. And companies reported that they're increasing significantly their organic cotton programs and the adoption of standard addressing organic product traceability and sustainable textile processing. And we are very confident to thrive in this market with high potential of success and also enhance the environmental, economic, and social welfare in the area. Now I would like to introduce Drew to explain the competitive advantage of the organic cotton.
So why organic instead of conventional cotton? Well, growing conventional cotton requires huge amounts of pesticides and fertilizers. 55 million pounds of pesticides can be used for 12.8 acres of land, which is an extensive amount. Additionally, nitrates and phosphates from chemical fertilizers can leach into water bodies, causing eutrophication, a process in which a nutrient overload creates a stagnant body of water. Since less than 5% of the Afghan population has access to water, growing organic cotton will be beneficial in general. Additionally, organic cotton uses less water than conventional cotton, which is better for the Afghan population. With conventional cotton, we have to consider chemical allergies, as most chemical fibers are petroleum-based, which means they come from non-renewable resources. We don't have to consider this with organic cotton, as everything used in these processes will be organic, renewable, and biodegradable. First, let me take you through the steps. First, the seeds will be planted using a natural fertilizer such as cow manure. Once this is done, we will also grow onions. We will plant them in spring, except in mild winter areas where onions are grown as fall or winter crop. The onions can act as an insecticide, or they can be mixed with red peppers to form an organic insect repellent spray. If needed, the red peppers will be brought from Ecology Action, another organic farm that does not use any chemicals, showing that our source will be organic. Thus, growing onions will provide the cotton plants with nutrients through crop rotation and will provide us with an organic insect repellent. We can sell any excess onions, which will increase profits. The onions will be grown in greenhouses along cotton plants. This is innovative, as the imported glass and metal structures will provide an effective covering, as it will keep out pests, and it will allow us to control humidity and weather, increasing yields. Once the cotton has matured, the locks will be separated from the buzz manually, as you can see in this picture. Now my associate Luca will discuss weather and storage conditions.
The weather in Herat is going to be mostly dry throughout the year. It requires an arid climate to grow, and the precipitation in Herat will be low during spring, summer, and autumn. Cotton is usually planted in warmer places closer to the equator, but it can certainly be grown in Afghanistan as well, as seen with Pakistan and India, which both have a cotton industry. But also Afghanistan in the past, as Anjali pointed out before. Cotton needs a lot of water to grow. Since we know that there will be basically no rainfall in Herat, we'll have to use an irrigation system. There are definitely ways to make this work, since around 25% of Afghanistan GDP is based on agriculture. In addition, there is also a noticeable rice industry in Afghanistan, which requires far more water than cotton. Cotton will take around 200 days to grow, which means that it will be ready for harvest in around August, September. We can then pick the cotton using the methods described by Drew. This means that after mid-autumn, we'll be done with the cotton before we start with crop rotation. At this point, we'll have to store the cotton before shipping it off to a cotton gin. This has to be done with a cotton module builder, a machine that will build modules that isolate the cotton from any external factors. This is not a task that can be done manually, as its quality will otherwise suffer. Long-term storage can be done using a system called aeration, which is in essence a system that will ensure airflow throughout the storage using air vents, where the cotton seeds will be completely isolated to prevent any insects or other external influences to impact the cotton quality. Next will be Heiji, who will elaborate on marketing plan.
So in order to have a stable and constant source of income to maintain the project and possibly growing the project, we'll be joining a nonprofit organization called the Better Cotton Initiative. And this organization contains producer organization, i.e. cotton farmers and farm workers, retailers and brands, any consumer facing for-profit organizations, suppliers and manufacturers, including ginners, spinners, mills, cutters, and sewers, and who are the intermediaries in the cotton supply chain. And traders, organizations buying and selling the raw cotton, and financial institutions, all commercial banks and banking groups with international operation. And we'll be fitting into producer organization where the only part of our job is to produce organic cotton by their standards. And the membership fee is free since Afghanistan falls into a category of non-OECD country with Human Development Index rank of 175. And this organization also holds top 3 largest brands utilizing organic cotton in their products, such as H&M, Nike, and Inditex, also known as Zara. And they use at least 1 million metric tons of organic cotton on their products. And as a result, we'll be having most consistent and sustainable buyers. This organization also provides training programs called capacity building, supporting the farmers in growing better cotton through working with experienced partners at field level, as well as assurance program where it's a regular farm assessment and measurement to encourage the farmers to continuously improve. And according to Better Cotton Harvest 2012 report, the results as a member of this initiative has been very positive. All of the organic cotton farmers have been having more profitability than controlled cotton farmers, who are normal farmers using pesticides, and the yields are either same or higher. And they also reported that they have less water usage, lower expenses of growing the cotton, and better soil health. Now I would like to introduce Varun to explain the legality regarding this project.
Good evening. I'm now going to talk about the legal aspects involved in our proposed project. Something that is very important is the land where we will conduct the work that we're planning on doing, and thankfully the officiality of property registration is very impressive, and we're sure that the process will be swift and painless. And this is a 9-step process which begins with obtaining an application and circular forms from the primary court, which in this case would be in Herat. And the form must be signed and then taken to the property office in the municipality, where a valuation of the property will take place. And here 1% of the value of the property is charged and to be paid to a designated bank and added to the forms that you have obtained. And the next step involved is paying the property taxes, which is indicated on the circular form again at a designated bank. And the registration fee is 3% of the total property value, which is not a sliding scale. And once this is finished, the completed circular form with the payment receipt must go back to the primary court, where the deed of the land will finally be established. The next step is to establish ourselves as an organic cotton producing entity. And this requires another process as well. But we are happy to announce our partnership with the Global Organic Textile Standard. The Global Organic Textile Standard is recognized as the world's leading processing standard for textiles made from organic fibers. And the products that contain a minimum of 70% organic fibers can become certified. And in addition to the certification cost, each certified entity must pay a license fee for each calendar year. And the license fee is set at €120 for each facility that is inspected for the certified entity. And irrespective of related sales, this fee also covers the right to use the Global Organic Textile Standards logo on certified products. And I'm now going to turn over to my colleague Ate, who will talk about security-related issues.
So the main issue that we're planning to face is whether our business is going to become safe with the new radical terrorist group that is involved in Herat. At 2001, November 12th, Herat officially declared a new government called Afghanistan's new central government. The last attack of the Taliban was September 13th, 2001 in Herat, and that was before the new government was established. We also plan on further securing our workers through developing a new system having guards around our base. Each guard will have a wage of $430 per year, and they will be certified military experts and will secure the area for 24/7 of the day. We also plan on implementing the idea of having the APA, which is the Afghan National Police, and the ANP, which is an Afghan National Army, to help patrol the area so our security can further benefit our workers. Now Chiyun will talk about the financial aspect of the business.
So our agricultural project basically focuses on the Millennium Goals, number 1, 7, and 8. And one is where we eradicate poverty and hunger by providing higher income to the Afghan people, which I'll elaborate later on. And 7, provide environmental sustainability by using organic cotton and natural pesticides. And lastly, on number 8 of the Millennium Goal, by increasing their influence in the international market, which we have elaborated. So this project, we estimate the startup cost for about $902,342 US. And the estimated time needed for this project to be self-sustainable is about 3.4 years. And in fact, at the end of the 4th year, we estimate that we'll make total profit about $500,000. And next slide, please. And also, this diagram is a projection of net revenue and net expenditures for each month. And in the first month, we intend to buy 900 square meters of land for growing organic cotton in the rural city of Herat. And we also, in the first month, intend to buy more than 10,000 cotton seeds, provide secure environment, obtain natural fertilizers, pesticides, install their irrigation, as well as greenhouses for onions. And this will in total cost about $17,000 in the first month. And as I mentioned earlier, employees will receive about $100 per month, which is much higher than the average income of other Afghan people, which is ranging from $40 to $80 per month, in an effort to improve the lives of the employees. And as you can see in the diagram, we expect to receive 0 revenue for the first 8 months of our project, as we have to allow the cotton crops to grow and we have to provide training for the workers. But starting from the 9th month, we will start to produce and sell raw organic cotton via the BCR organization, creating our first revenue of approximately $66,000. And since cotton plants take about 100 to 200 days to grow back after being plucked, revenue will come periodically, approximately after every 4 months. And also, we are assuming that the price of organic cotton will be maintained at around $3 per pound or per 0.45 kilograms. And as you can see in the diagram, starting from the 25th month, we are planning to buy more land in order to increase our productivity and employ more local Herat people. So there's a slight increase in our net expenditures. And in the long term, we expect the productivity of this project to increase, and eventually we will reach the break-even point as indicated in the red arrow. And we will eventually start making profit, which is a sign that indicates our potential to expand further. And just generally to summarize, this is our basic timeline. So there's the initial installation stage and joining the BCI organization. And then we're going to work on installing the irrigation system, and then we're going to hire and start training workers and make our first profit after 3.4 years. And then we hope in the next 5 or 6 years to expand even further and make our project even more powerful. And now Syria will conclude the presentation.
Eco-Spinzar is a brand that is differentiated as a proponent of both social and environmental activism. There will be reduced risks all along the value chain in terms of environmental, social conditions, and product quality. Eco-Spinzar cotton represents independence, security, a healthy environment, all fueled by a desire in all the stakeholders along the value chain to be a proponent of a virtuous cause, helping people in Afghanistan that are in need. Our entire team is very passionate about this idea, and we hope that you will share our vision. Thank you.